Okay. Okay, so I'm not sure if that first part recorded or not, so I'm going to just start all over. I should probably introduce myself for those watching the recording. My name's Sarah Speechley. I'm a Superstar Director. I have been with the company 12, I gotta think, 12, almost 13 years. I think that's right. I think 13 will be May. I don't know. I'm losing track. Let's see, 2005, we're in 2018. So yes, May 2nd will be 13 years. So I've been with the company for a while. Just to kind of tell you why I started, because that's going to talk about the why that I started talking about. I started originally because, one, I fell in love with Scentsy. I have a child and a husband with asthma, and I couldn't burn candles because it just irritated them. The smoke especially is what set my husband off, so I couldn't burn candles. So when I found Scentsy, I fell in love with, yay, I can get my house smelling good again. And I just loved the product. At the time, I had a child with health issues. My second child had some health issues. She was born premature and had a lot of immune issues, was sick all the time. I don't think I slept for the first 2 years of her life until we had to do some surgeries on her, but she had a lot of little issues. And so I was cutting back on work. I couldn't put her in daycare just because she was so sick all the time. And because of her weakened immune, she couldn't be around a lot of other little kids. So I was cutting back on work. I used to be an occupational therapist, and I was cutting back, losing, and I still needed some money. I started my why as sort of my couch fund. Okay, I've said this before, and if you guys have heard it, excuse me, I had this ugly yellow green couch that from my husband got from his grandma, and that's what we had, and I wanted a new couch. But of course, all our money was going to bills at the time, paying off what we had to get, food, whatnot. And so the couch was kind of an extra. So eventually I wanted to earn money to get a new couch as kind of my extras. So I thought, this Scentsy's really cool. I love this stuff. I had a few friends that wanted to get some, so I decided to sign up to sell, just to make a little extra money on the side, because I'd been cutting, and I needed the money because I was cutting back on work. And my goal was to be home full-time with my kids, and that was my goal. So why I'm talking about this was the start of my why. It's very important to have a why. Why did you join Scentsy? Why did your downline, if you have downline, why did they join Scentsy? Finding out what helps them is very important, or what their why is, or your why, because that's going to keep your business going. Whether it's your kids, whether it's to support a child going to college, a child in baseball, in a sport, or in dance, what is your why? And I want you to set your why and write it on a note where you can see it every day. Why do you want this Scentsy business? Is it to pay for a car payment? Maybe you want to get a new car. Then put a picture of that new car you want out there. Having that why is going to help motivate you to work your business more and to keep you kind of focused on what you need. It's important. It's important so you don't get lost and you don't get sidetracked. A lot of people that sign up with Scentsy, the nice thing about Scentsy is you're your own boss. The bad thing about Scentsy, not bad, but a downfall, is you are your own boss. You can get sidetracked. You can not work it as much. So you have to stay focused towards a goal, towards your why. So find your why. Also write a goal of what you want to reach. How much do you want to sell a month? Or how much do you need to reach that why? And set that as a goal too. So first find your why and then set your goal. And it can be it's a long-term goal, if you want to say. And then underneath, maybe not on the sticky note, but on a paper, I want you to write some short-term goals to reach that long-term goal. So for example, we're going to just use the car as your why, okay? Maybe you have a car that's about to die, but you want to be able to pay for a new car. And this is just an example. So that's your goal, to have enough money, X amount of money, to get this particular car. So what are your goals? Setting First would be setting so many parties a month so you can reach that goal. Maybe getting some recruits to help you reach the next level if you want to make a certain amount. How are you going to get that? How are you going to set those goals? Maybe do some booking blitz. Maybe talk to people about parties so you can set 3 parties a month. Or maybe if it's about recruiting, building your team, talk to 3 people each week about the opportunity. So those are setting goals. These will help you reach your number 1 goal if you set the short-term goals. And that goal is to help you get your why. It's important. I don't know what else more to say other than that's what's going to help you stay focused. Now, some ways to work your business. I'm going to give you guys a few options, different ways that you can keep your business going is some other things I want to talk about. But the main thing I want you to get is your why and set some goals. What do you want for this year? Maybe long-term. Maybe you want to hit director. You know, what amount of money do you want to do? And I am here to help any of you. If you want to hit director, if you want to hit lead, if you want to hit certified, whatever your next goal is, let me know and I'd be more than happy to help break down and we'll break down how many parties, how many downline, what you want. I've been doing it for 13 years. I do know a little about Scentsy since I've been with it for 13 years. And that is my new why, is to help you guys be successful. I bought new couches. I bought a few new couches since in the last 13 years. So that's not my why anymore. My kids are still my why. That is always going to be my why. To be able to stay at home with them has been a blessing to me. I also have health issues, which I've talked about on a few calls. So being able to stay at home, having this income, this business with my health issues has been a huge blessing. I couldn't be an occupational therapist anymore, which I used to be because of my health issues. So this has been a huge blessing to me and to my family. So I want to share this blessing with you guys and help you guys grow your team and help you get the goal that you want. And maybe your goal is just to sell 200 a month or 200 every 3 months. And that's fine. Whatever your goal is, whatever it is. But if it's to be more, if it's to hit director, if it's to hit 1,000 a month, 3,000 a month, whatever you want, let me know. And I'd be happy to set this up with you. We can do monthly calls. We can set up goals, or we can even do weekly calls. I'm happy to help you. My why is now to help others become successful with Scentsy and get the blessings that I have been able to get with Scentsy. So it's awesome. And it's an awesome product. People love Scentsy. I know a lot of people say, oh, it's hard to sell. People are busy, don't have money. I guarantee there's people out there buying Scentsy. It is $1 million industry. People want the good smells. Even when the economy is down, people still buy candles. It's funny. One of the things they've talked about is when the economy went down, it was scents, candles, and I can't remember the other one. There's one more direct sales company that still did fairly well with a low economy. And as the economy's picking up, just more in sales pick up too. So economies go up and down. That's just how it is. And it's different per area. You know, our economy in this area is doing good right now, which is great, but I know others are still struggling. But people still want Scentsy. They want their house to smell good, their car to smell good, their office to smell good. And the great thing about Scentsy is we have such a variety amount of things. So it will do. You just have to get it out there and let them know. So ways to work your business, okay? It's very, very important. This is kind of my step 2 topic I wanted to kind of talk about, is keeping focused with your business. It's important to always be consistent, okay? Some people, if you want, you know, it's good to be consistent even if you just want to hit the 200 every month. You got to be consistent so your customers know you are there. Now, if you want to grow your team, if you want to get, you know, 500 every month, 1,000 every month, whatever it is, you have to be consistent in working your business. You have to be consistent in talking to people and following up with your customers, following up with your leads, and stepping outside of your comfort zone. That is still one of the hardest things for me. I am not a born salesman. I really wasn't. I've never sold anything in my life. I have had to learn to do it. I still am learning. It's a constant learning to sell, to grow your business. But guess what? No one is a born leader with sales. It is something you work for. Every single person, even the top multi-million-dollar salesmen out there in whatever, they've had to work on it. So doing these trainings, listening to calls, Scentsy has lots of great trainings, do the leadership, Leap to Lead, the Reach for Director, all the different programs I've done or that Scentsy does, they will help you grow your business because it's helping you step out of your comfort zone. So on that, I'm going to talk about a few systems that you can choose what works best for you. So with the consistency, I talked recently, Carla Hunter did a training on the 5-5-5 system. Okay, it's in our Heaven Sent training site, and it's a kind of longer call. She usually, she's actually a second generation superstar director, so she's actually in our group. If any of you know Diane Dreher, she's also a superstar director under me. She's under her. So, but yeah, Carla's great and did a system that she trains. The first 10 minutes, don't quit on the call if you do listen to it. She kind of talks about stories of how it's helped people. If you're short on time, just fast forward through that and get to the actual system part. The 5-5-5 system is just having you work 5 different things 5 days a week. So I'm just briefly going to talk about the 5. The first was adding 1 new contract or lead. The second is posting on social media. The third is host or join conversation. The fourth is follow-up. And 5 is personal development. That's like trainings, videos, talking to a mentor or whatnot. So what she just did was broken that up into 5, doing it every week. Do one of those every day. Do one of those things for 5 days of the week, and it's made huge difference. Another one, again, choose what works best for you. So I'm going to give you a few different options out there. What works best for you in your business? Giving yourself the power hour. If you haven't ever heard of the power hour, it is a do-it, structure your schedule. So pick 1 hour, and you can break it up if you even want, but pick 1 hour and work your business every day for 1 hour. Maybe you can't do a full hour. Maybe do half hour and cut it down. That's fine too. Or maybe you want to just do it 3 days a week or 4 days a week or whatever you want. But the power hour is the first 15 minutes, look down into your downline. Check your totals, new recruits, struggling consultants, powerhouse consultants, rank advancements. So look down in your downline. If you don't have downline, use that extra 15 minutes to work on getting downline, maybe setting up recruiting bags, recruiting packets, sending out information, trying to work on getting that. 15 minutes, okay? That's not too long. You know, I think I'm going to be honest. I'm on Facebook probably too much. I probably I play Candy Crush. It's my a little slight addiction that I could get rid of if I needed more time for my power hour. But just find some time, you know, maybe take out less time on Facebook or less time on whatever. Find that time. It's very important to get a set time that works for you so you can be consistent with your business. So again, that was the first 15 minutes. The second 15 minutes is look in. Recognition is huge. So if you have a team, send emails, thank yous, welcoming new team members, put new team members in emails, awards. Again, if you don't have team, that's fine. Still sending out emails to your customers, thanking your customers. Okay. The third 15 minutes is looking out. And this is more your follow-ups, a little more of the customer service, conquer any problems, contact hosts or upcoming parties, or past hostesses. Party calling, this is where you get your parties booked, adding emails to your newsletter, your Scentsy newsletter. Awards, or not awards, checking mini testers for missing testers. So 15 minutes, work on that. Okay, getting hostess, that's looking out. So first is looking down, looking in, looking out is your third. The last one is looking up and going forward. This is your personal evaluate yourself to get better. Things that need improvement in your business, finding new leads, advertising, brainstorming, filing business. This is where you do training, maybe receipts, check mileage book, you're calculating trip points, most of your goal settings, that kind of stuff. So that's looking up and going forward. Okay, so if you just set an hour each day and work those 4 things, again, if you don't have a full hour, break it down. You can break it down in half, maybe just do 5 minutes or 10 minutes of each of those a day. You will see significant improvements in your business. Now, again, only do those things for that minute. If you're like me, I'm a little bit of I call it a squirrel from that Up movie. I think it's the dog that's like, squirrel, squirrel. That's kind of a little bit of me. I have a little bit of attention deficit, I think, because I do get sidetracked. So make sure when you're doing that, this is the time you really focus on. If you only have 5-10 minutes for each one, make sure you focus just on that. It's kind of like if you go post something on social media, you'll see something and you get lost. So make sure to just focus on that, and really your business will thrive. Okay, there's other ones, the sticks. I don't have them anymore, but I used to do them. I would write different things on how to work my business. I know they are in our Heaven Sent training team. They're probably further down. If someone wants them, I can find them. Each one, it was a stick, and each day I would pull out a stick of an idea of what to do. One would be like, call a past hostess. Another one would be talk to someone about the opportunity. Another stick would be organize your contact list. Another one up, do it this. Anyway, that was another one that I know some people liked in the past. It was a kind of a fun random, you just do whatever you draw out for that day. And I do have a list of a bunch of things you can do to put in and draw out. Again, if you can see, they're all very similar. It's just working your business and finding that time. I know we're all busy. We're all either got kids, work, husbands, pets, grandchildren, whatever we have, we're working. We all get busy. And working your own business is so wonderful, but it can be hard too, because you have to keep your mind set. Keep your mind set on the goal and your why of what you're working for. It is a great business. It's a great opportunity where you can choose when you work your business. But the key is you still have to work it. We have a lot of consultants in direct sales that get excited. They sign up, they get excited, they want to make money, they see people making money, and they just don't put the work in, or they don't step out of that comfort zone of asking. And that's kind of where they get lost and their business goes down. So biggest key with this business, consistency. Keep working. Do all of those different things that I'd mentioned, and your business will grow. So, okay, do you guys have any questions or anything you want to add or say? Okay, so someone said they struggle talking to people. Okay, I do too. I still do. Even I do a follow-up system, and I don't know why I struggle to follow up. But yes, struggling to talk to people. I'm not sure if you mean your customers you already have, or if you are struggling to talk to people to get new customers. But what I recommend with that is writing down a set something to say. Because if you're like me, when I come to that moment, I kind of freeze, or I pause, or I forget what to say or whatnot. So write down kind of a few sentences that maybe you can practice to help you get there. Talking to people to get new customers. Okay, yes. One thing with that is always have things labeled and have it on you. So have a Scentsy shirt, have a Scentsy bag, have a Scentsy catalog, have car candles. Make yourself, have them ask you about Scentsy. I always have something Scentsy on me, whether it's my bag, my purse. Also, when I go to the store, I always put my, here, I'm gonna grab them because they're just right here. I always put a bunch of these in my purse. They're just my little scent samples with my business card. I always put them on top, or I put my catalogs, or sometimes this is my recruiting packet. I just have them all sitting on my desk. I put these on top of my purse or on top of my wallet. And I do that on purpose. So when I'm at the cashier or when I'm at the restaurant and I'm getting out my credit card to pay, I have to pull this stuff out to set it on top. It sometimes gets them talking to you. Oh, what's that? I'm like, oh, it's a sample. Would you like a free sample? I sell Scentsy. It's a great way that they ask me instead of me having to ask them. But getting outside of that comfort zone once they ask or once they talk, or even you can talk to them about it. So yeah, ask them what they do. Starting that conversation is the key to getting to know them. You know, why would Scentsy benefit them as a product or as a business? Finding out how it would benefit them. You know, oh, I have dogs. Oh, I bet if you have pets, you know, this would be great. This helps, you know, make your house smell good again. Or, you know, maybe they're tired of working or they need a new car. If you listen to them and talk to them, they'll do it. I'm going to grab something else. If you're questioning about talking to them about doing a party, that's another hard one. I always set it up. Okay, so I wasn't going to talk about this, but I grabbed this out. Well, a booking blitz. If you haven't ever done a booking blitz, I highly, highly recommend doing one. I know those are ones that are really stepping out of my comfort zone, but they will benefit your business in getting parties. What you do, if you haven't done a booking blitz, you set a certain amount of time. 30 minutes is probably good. Some people do an hour. I always usually do 30 minutes. And it's a great way to start parties. So set a goal, how many parties you want. Prepare a list of people to contact, family members, neighbors, friends, coworkers, random strangers, you know, previous hostesses, customers. Then pick a time, 60 minutes, 30 minutes, to do your calls without distractions. Get a calendar and a pen and your list and start calling or texting or private messaging people. Again, this is where I like to have a set thing. So I would say, in fact, see, I wrote them out. This was when I did my last booking blitz, and it's just sitting over here. I would say, hi, Jane, this is Sarah. I've been challenged to make a phone call to book as many parties as I possibly can tonight. Could you help me out and book a party with me? If they say yes, great. If they say no, see, I have it all written out because I need my thing. Ask them if they know anyone who would be interested in booking a party with me. Okay, guess what? So getting referrals is really good too. If they answer no to both, say that's fine. You know, if you ever need any Scentsy or if you ever have any further questions, just know that I'm here to help you with any of your Scentsy needs. Okay, so yes, that's asking to do parties. But you know what? If you don't ask, people probably won't do them. Again, it's a business. You need to kind of learn to step out of the comfort zone and ask. I think I've told you guys before, I don't know who I've told, but I always use the McDonald's biggie size. You got to remember this is a business and you got to work it as a business. When you go to McDonald's, they usually ask you if you want to biggie size your meal. Okay. Do you get offended when they ask if you want to upsize or biggie size, meaning get a large fry and drink instead with your meal? No. If you say no, does the cashier go running to the back, offended, hurt? No. Why? Because it's her job. She's supposed to ask. Are you offended for her asking? No. Customers, people are not going to be offended if you ask. You're not being pushy. You're not saying, yes, you need to sign up, do a party, do a party, do a party. You're not pushing. You're just asking. If they say no, it's okay. I think we fear no. We fear that rejection. We fear if we ask, people are going to be offended by us. Guess what? If someone asked you if you would like to do a party, would you be offended? No. If you can't do it, then just say no, right? You're not mad at them. You don't hate them for asking, especially if they asked in a nice way and a calm way. So I think the biggest thing is stepping outside of that box and asking. Trust me, it's still a struggle for me. I get that sweaty palms feeling because it makes me nervous, but it will help you grow your business, stepping outside and asking. So thank you for bringing that up. That is a really good one. Okay, while I was talking on the booking bliss, also leaving messages is always good. I'm going to just, while I finish, if you are leaving a message, you would say, hi, Jane, this is Sarah. I wanted to call and see how things were going. Could you give me a quick call back? I have a question for you. So that's what you could say. Or you could just flat out ask, hey, I've been challenged to see how many parties I'd get. Would you be willing to help me out? If they can't, that's fine, but you asked. The biggest thing, and same with recruiting. Okay, I'm going to tell you a story. I had a customer who, bought from me every now and then, and she'd actually just placed an order, and I was going to deliver it to her. And I went up to the door, and she's like, guess what? I just decided to sign up to be a consultant. And my mouth just dropped like, you've been a customer of mine for how long? And she's like, yeah, I've thought about it for a long time, but you never asked me if I wanted to join. And I had so-and-so just ask me, hey, would you want to sell Scentsy? And I thought, yeah, I've been thinking about it. I never asked her. I lost that consultant, that customer, because I was afraid to ask her. And some other consultant was more brave, was able to step out of her comfort zone before I was. So I learned from that to ask. Ask every customer, ask every person, hey, would you be interested in joining or hosting or buying? I know Scentsy uses buy, host, join, and you can use it that way. But I've learned from a direct sales training that I did or went to, that if you asked to join first, then host, then buy, it's kind of letting them off the hook, and you're more likely to get them to buy for sure, or at least to get one of them if you ask them that way. It's just a kind of different way of wording it. Anyway, okay, so I'm talking. I think I've gone on a little longer. Do you guys have any other questions? No questions. Okay. Hopefully that helped answer some questions about talking to people. I think a lot of it's just stepping out of the comfort zone and just doing it. I have the 50 no's, and this might be a good one for anyone who does have that fear. Get a 50 no's. Go for the no's. See how many no's you can get. And guess what? If they say yes, great, but go for 50 no's. Ask 50 people. You can ask if they want to join. If they say no, there's one no. They want to buy or host, there's another no. If they want to buy, they said yes. Okay, so you only got 2 no's out of that person. Go for 50 no's. If you're struggling getting customers, bookings, recruits, write up a list, and I want you to write in their name. In fact, I will send anyone who sends me a list of 50, you don't have to do a last name, just a first name. I will send a gift out to whoever sends me their list of 50. And if you do a list of 100 no's, I'll even send you a better gift. Okay, that's how much I really do want you to try it. Go for the no's. Just print out or type it up or whatnot. Go for the no's. Don't be afraid to get those no's, because you never know. Out of those 50 no's, I'd love to know how many yeses you got too. So maybe you got 50 no's, but maybe you got 7 yeses or 10 yeses or 20 yeses. Who knows? So go for the no's. Don't be afraid to get the no. So anyway, so what I've talked about today, set up your why, set up your goal, and work your business. That's consistency is a great way. And don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Anyway, thank you guys for coming on, and I will be talking to you guys next week. Let's see, next week. I'm trying to do different times to hit different people with different schedules. Next week, I have it on Wednesday, April 16th. That's not the right date, is it? It's the 16th Wednesday? I don't think so, because today's 11th. I think it's the 18th. I don't know. Let me look at the date. But I have it Wednesday at 7 p.m. Here, I have a calendar right here. So we will have our call next, if my phone's going to open up, next Wednesday. Yes, it is the 18th. Okay, sorry, I wrote that down. The 18th at 7 p.m. So anyway, thank you guys for joining, and I look forward to talking to you next week. Again, if you ever need help with your business, I am here to help you. Thank you guys. Bye.